Okay, now for this second video, I want to talk about finding the percentage breakdown for box and whisker plots. This can be a little bit confusing to people, so it's good that we take some time to go over this. What we have here are test scores, and I have here 8 test scores. Let's just pretend there's 8 people in this class. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. What we're going to do is create a box and whisker plot, and then talk about the percentage breakdown here. So finding percent or understanding percent better is the key to this Nomia video. So first things first, let's go through the process of actually finding the median and the lower quartile, the upper quartile, the mins and the maxes. So let's do that right now. We have the 8 data points, and all 8 data points are from least to greatest, so we're good to go there. That's the first thing you want to do is anytime they give you data, order them from least to greatest, as we have here. Okay, once that is done, let's go ahead and find the median, and since there are 8 data points, the median will be right in the middle, between 75 and 76. So add 75 and 76 together, get a number, divide by 2, and you should get the median to be 75.5. Now, of course, the median divides the lower half and the upper half, so we've got 4 down and 4 up, so it's perfectly done. From here, we're now going to find the lower quartile and upper quartile. So focusing down at the bottom here, the bottom 4, we understand from the previous video and from our lessons in class that the lower quartile is the median of the lower half. So we have this lower half of 1, 2, 3, 4 data points. In between this data point and this one is going to be your lower half, or your lower quartile, I should say. So your LQ is right there. Once again, it's the median of the lower half. So just for once, just look at these 4 right here, and it's between 60 and 70. We call the lower quartile. Now the upper quartile is the median of the upper half. So look only at these 4 data points right here. Ignore everything else. Okay, the median will be right here. The median of the upper half is called the upper quartile. So we'll put the line right here, and between 82 and 89. So we have to add 82 and 89 together, which will get you 171. 171 divided by 2, and the median of the upper half is 85.5. Once again, this is called the upper quartile. Some other vocabulary that we might have not gone over yet was this minimum maximum terms. The minimum is simply your lowest value, called the min, and the max is the highest value, 95. These end up being your whiskers. So here's your whisker, and your other whisker right here. This ends up being the box. So basically, your box starts here, the lower quartile. It's your median and your upper quartile, your UQ. Let's go ahead and draw that now. Okay, so there we go. Take a moment to draw that out. I did in increments of 5. You can see 15, 20, 25, 30, so on and so forth. So increments of 5. Now, let's go ahead and draw the box and whisker plot. I'm going to plot my box first. That's what I like to do that first. So my box. And I just noticed that I didn't write 65 here, I don't think. So this is actually 65, right? Up here, the lower quartile, I need to write that as 65. Let's go ahead and fix that now. 65. Okay, so LQ, 65. I'm going to go find 65 right now. 65 is right here. So my box begins there. My upper quartile is 85. So I'm going to go to 85.5, which is going to be about, let's just say right about here, 85.5. Okay, so that makes the box. The median is always inside the box. The real median, which we did first, is 75.5. That falls about, let's say right about here. Okay? So just like that, the box is done. It's really that easy. Now let's do the whiskers. We get a whisker here at 95. So 95. And the other whisker is way down at 20. Almost like an outlier. But I'm going to include it for this one. Okay? Now, here is the difficult part. Here is really the purpose of this lesson. So if you've tuned out, please tune back in as we discuss percentages. Okay, the way the percentages work is 25% of your data is between here and here. It doesn't seem like that would be the case because this is so long, right? So a very long piece of this box and whisker. But only 25% of your data is here. So what do I mean by 25% of your data? Well, look at your data. Here's your data, 20 and 60. Your data points, 20 and 60. 20 and 60 represent 25% of your data because two of these out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have, and you had before, 8 data points. To start this off, we had 8. Okay, count them. 25% of your data is right here. 2 out of 8, which is 25%. If you don't understand that, you got to go back to understanding fractions to decimals to percents. 2 divided by 8 is 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is 0.25. 0.25 is 25%. So 25% of your data is between here and here. It goes all the way up to the LQ. So 20 is here. 60 is right here. So that is true that 20% of your data falls between here and here, even though it's very long. Next, 25% of your data is here and here. 2 data points, 70 and 75, fall between here, between 65 and 75.5. Is this true? Are there 2 data points between the LQ and the median? LQ is 65, which is right here. The median's right here. So yes, you have 2 data points, 70, which is here, and 75, which is right about here. And these 2 data points are in this part of the box, 25% of your data. So far, catch on to the theme here. The theme is 25% of your data is here, 25% of your data is here. Guess what? 25% of your data is here. 2 points, 1 and 2, out of 8 are right here. So 76 to 82 falls between this median and this upper quartile. 76 is about what? Here. And 82 is about, I don't know, about here. So you have 25% of your data right here in this part of the box. And last but not least, you have 25% of your data right here. 2 data points. 2 data points out of 8 altogether. So wrapping this concept up, you have 89 and 90, which is 25% of your data, because 89 is right here, and 95 is right here, the last one. So you've got 25% of your data right here in this part. So you've caught on to the theme here. The theme is 25% of your data here, 25% of your data here, 25% of your data here, and 25 here. So no matter how long the whisker is from here to here, or how small this is, or this is, or this is 25 here, 25 from here to here, 25 here to here, and 25% I should be saying, here to here. So what could I ask you? I could ask you the question, how many students scored at least a 65%? Think of what I'm saying here. At least a 65. At least a 65 means a 65 or greater. So what percent of students scored greater than 65? 25%, 25 more, and 25 more would make 75% of my class. That is 75% of my class scored at least a 65%. That's how you can use a box and whisker effectively here. I could ask you, what percent of my class scored at least a 75.5? Okay, well, at least 70. The 75.5 is right here. So at least half my class scored a 75 or higher, because you got 50% of the data this way, and then you got 50% this way. So half my class scored higher than a 75.5. Okay? Those are the types of questions you can see. Let's do one example real quick and wrap this up. Okay, so I want you to try this example on your own first. As you start to work on this question, make sure you reorder these numbers from least to greatest. Find the median, find the lower quartile, find the upper quartile, write down the max and the min, and then graph it. Hit pause, then play when you're ready. And I hope you ordered them like this. I'm going to erase all this or scratch this off. From least to greatest, we have lowest number is 50, highest is 100, and everything between looks to be correct. We have 8 data points again, so I'm sticking with that theme of 8 data points to make this relatively simple. The median is the middle number of those 8, which is going to fall right about here. So what's between 70 and 85? What you do is take 70 and 80, 70 and 85, and you add them together, and then divide by 2. And you get 77.5 as your median. Next, we're going to do the lower quartile. Looking at these 4 data points down here, what is the median of the lower 4? So of these lower 4, the median is going to fall right about here. If we can write it here. There we go. So what's between 60 and 70? Add them together, divide by 2. 65. That's the lower quartile, your LQ. To lower quartile, we've got the median. And we have the upper quartile. Upper quartile coming up next, actually. Upper quartile, looking at these 4 data points right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of these 4, the middle is right here. So we're going to do 90 plus 95, and then divide by 2. 90 plus 95 is 185. 185 divided by 2 is going to be 92.5. So 92.5 is my upper quartile. The last finishing details here, the min and the max, which are my whiskers, quartile, the min and the max. This is my min, my lowest or my whisker, smallest number, and my highest number is my max, my other whisker. Let's make the graph now. Okay, so once again I did increments of 5, so 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 95, and we'll just end it right there. Let's put down the box first. The box starts at 65. You see, look over here, the LQ, 65. Let's do this in green, 65. There we go, the lower part. The upper part is right here at 92.5. So 92.5, I'm going to say is about right here. All right. Let's just say it's right about there. That makes the box, the upper quartile and lower quartile put together. Of course, this being the upper quartile and this being your lower quartile. So now we are going to do the median, which is 77.5. 77.5, let's say it's right out here. Maybe a little higher, right? 77.5, let's put this right here, actually. Okay, there's your box. Your box is done. Your minimum is a whisker, so 50 is a whisker right here. And your 100 is also a whisker. Once again, you cannot look at the whiskers and tell me the percentages. You can't just say, oh, you can't say this one looks bigger, therefore it's a bigger percent. We know that's not the case, right? This is 25% of my data. This is 25% of my data. 25% is here. And 25% is here. No matter how long that whisker is or how big this section is here, it does not matter. 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25%. So now we're done. I can ask you a question like, what percent of the students scored below a 65? Where's 65? Right here. What percent scored below a 65? 25%. Okay? What percent, here's a good question, what percent of my students are in the interquartile range? So going back to the first video, what is the interquartile range? It is the range from the upper, which is here, to my lower, which is right here. What percent of my students are in the interquartile range? That would be 25% and 25%, which makes 50%. Okay? All the good types of questions I could ask you. So, hope this is helpful. I will be doing more of this in class, and if you need extra help, tutoring is always available. So I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.